Hi there, today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy card using a fun color combination of Coastal Cabana, Baked Brown Sugar, and Real Red. To get started, we're going to use Coastal Cabana cardstock, and this is cut to your standard card size, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored down the middle at 4 1/4. I have a strip of the Designer Series paper stack called Fresh Prints, and this is cut to 2 inches by 4 1/4. We're going to add some of this baked brown sugar Ruffle stretch ribbon, and the easiest way to adhere it to the back of your paper or cardstock is with sticky strip. And place it just to the very edge of one side. Give that a little snip when you get to the end, and press firmly just to make sure it's nice and stuck down. This red color is actually the backing, so you're just going to use your fingernail to get that to lift up and remove. Hold it face up where the sticky side is underneath in your right hand. Your Ruffle stretch ribbon is in your left hand. And we're going to cover this little part of the ribbon with the paper. Now I cut this slightly longer than the paper so I can trim it when I'm finished. So you're going to take your paper and line it up just to the edge, and I'm just lightly pressing to get it in the right spot. If you mess up, you just pull it back and start over, and just continue pressing this all the way down. If you try to do this on the back side, you can't really tell where you're lining up the ribbon, so it's better to add the ribbon from underneath so you can see what you're doing on top. And then just finish this off at the end, and I'm trying not to stretch the ribbon. I'm letting it stay relaxed as I'm pressing it into the sticky strip. And then once we get it to the very end, then just really press it to make sure it's nice and stuck. And then take your ribbon scissors and give yourself a nice clean cut. So I'm going to use regular adhesive around all the edges. Even though some of the sticky strip is showing right here, I want to put more adhesive on top of the ribbon. This will make sure that it stays stuck and it doesn't come up. Now sometimes it's easy to get adhesive on your grid paper, so just take a second and rub that off just to make sure your cardstock that you're working with doesn't stick where you don't want it to. So I'm going to line this up to one of the lines on the grid paper, and this is going to help me have a straight line when layering this piece. And then press that down. We're going to use a stamp set called Flower Shop. It has 6 images, and all of these images work with the coordinating Pansy punch. Our stamp is already on an acrylic block. We're going to use Real Red ink, Whisper White cardstock, and you can see I've placed a little dot on one of the petals. This tells me that that petal needs to be stamped close to the edge of the paper for that punch to reach in and punch correctly. So I want 3 of these, so I'm just going to tap on the ink pad. And I've also drawn a little arrow on the foam side, but that's just a reminder to have that petal towards the edge of the paper. And just repeat 2 more times. This is the Pansy punch that works with that image. You're going to turn your punch upside down, hold it in your right hand, hold your paper in your left, go from the top, and take your time to angle those petals so that it fits inside the punch. You can do a half squeeze on the punch that will grip the paper so you can check your placement before punching that out. And then just repeat that 2 more times. Use your bone folder to curl the petals. Turn your flower upside down, have your bone folder in your right hand, and you're going to press it against your thumb. And just pull it and you'll curl the petals. We're going to add rhinestones to the center of the flowers. I'm using the largest size rhinestone, and I'm using a pokey tool to get under the adhesive to lift up the rhinestone. Place it in the center and press that down. We're going to use dimensionals Just pull off the backing. I'm going to do one at the top and the bottom and center the one in the middle. And I'm angling this so you don't see the edge of the paper between the petals. So I'm just getting it as close to the left side because I want to have as much room as possible for my greeting here. And it's okay that your petals overlap a little bit. We're going to use a stamp set called Yippee, Skippee in baked brown sugar. Back to your Whisper White cardstock. Tap, tap. We're going to use a punch called Decorative Label. More dimensionals to the back of the greeting. And again, I'm lining up the card to the grid paper. It just helps me to have everything straight when I add the greeting. I have a lot of these little silver butterflies that are left over from a project. They're punched with the silver glimmer paper using the Bitty butterfly punch. I like to fold the butterfly in half, add a glue dot to the middle, and you can see the glue dot's a little larger than the middle of the butterfly, so I'm just going to fold that onto itself, and I'm going to add it right to the right of the card, but I want the wings to stay popped up like that, so I'm going to add a tiny bit of a dimensional under each wing, but I'm not going to remove the backing. The edge of your dimensionals, you can trim these. Use your pokey tool to lift that up and just place it on the back. Now we're not removing the backing. We don't want this to stick to the card. We just want that to keep the wing propped up. There you go, a quick and easy card using a fun color combination of Coastal Cabana, Real Red, and Baked Brown Sugar. Back to the original card, you can see that I added a layer on the inside with the same flower image to the left, and I've also stamped an envelope. I hope you enjoyed this project. For more ideas, you can visit me at KeenanCreations.com. Thanks and have a great day.